Hey, liver and detox friends. I can't get alive today to save my life, and I think, I don't know, it's because my phone was gone and came home, and now it's upset that we were gone. I don't know. Anyway, so for today's live, we're going to do this not live. And what I wanted to talk about real quick was, because I have about 2 minutes to do this in, was the whole idea of liver and diet and moods and how that affects your mood and other people's moods and those people around you and how you respond to them. So the real clue there is that we are affected by what we eat in a way that affects our liver. When we load up on things that, oh, let's party, let's have sugar, how many of you ever recognize the fact that the next day you feel worse? So pretty often we do that, and in part we do that because, you know, we felt like just when things were going great, everything crashes. Well, what really happened was your liver crashed, and now you can't maintain that go-get-'em feeling that you had before. Well, so when that happens, you have to rely on your own mind to push yourself forward, or your own ingenuity, or your own desire to go forward and do some cool new stuff. And if you don't have that, or if you don't have someone who's helping you push you through, that makes it more difficult. So then we go back and look for the feel-good thing again, you know, the alcohol or the sugar or whatever it was that got us going. Man, I need some caffeine because I just can't move forward. And when we look for that, we do the whole crash thing again. And it's over and over and over. And when we do that on a repeated basis, our liver gets behind. It cannot catch up. It's sort of like my file stack over there. You know, nobody files them because nobody does. And so it's disorganized, and I can't find anything when nobody files it. And that's what your liver's doing. It's like, man, I can't catch up. I got too much stuff. Can we just throw it all away? So here's the deal. What you eat affects your moods. And for those of you who are following this, who, you know, there's been a lot of discussion lately about veterinarians who are, you know, in such a horrible job, and they feel the worst of the drags because, you know, life sucks and they are not real doctors. And not only are you not a real doctor, but man, you're a woman and a veterinarian. There's no way you can be good at what you're doing. And it's hard, and it makes life difficult, and people don't want to pay their bills. It was just my cat, and you killed my cat anyway, and I don't owe you anything because I can't believe you couldn't save him. I know I brought him into you dead, but you could have brought him back to life. It would have been so much better. And because of that, my child got run over by the neighbor because it was your fault. And veterinarians come into life feeling that way because they feel like everything, they got to be able to save everything. That's kind of how a lot of them feel. Now, I want you to realize that that depression or that I feel terrible mood that comes after the I feel so good, and then depression raises your cortisol levels, raises a lot of stress hormones, and we can use that to our benefit, but we have to train ourselves to use that to our benefit. A lot of times we like to succumb to the idea that I feel terrible, I should go to bed. And sure, sometimes we need rest, but sometimes we need to be able to power through that and be able to say, I can do this. This depression I'm feeling is really just storing energy for the future. It's not that storing energy for like 400 pounds worth of future. It's storing energy for 2 or 3 days worth of future so that I can power through this depression and feel better about myself. Go do something for someone else. Go do something that helps other people. Go live that life's mission that you have always felt was yours, that you're not going to let anybody take away from you. And that in and of itself is part of where we misread our own, I feel bad, I feel tired, I feel depressed. We fail to recognize that that is time for us to regroup and then move forward. Take a deep breath, relax. Life is good. Life is always good, and there's always plenty. You know, I can tell you many times as a veterinarian when clients weren't paying their bills, I didn't have the money to get to the next call, let alone, I mean, literally didn't have the funds to buy the gas to get to the next call. Didn't have anything to buy groceries with, didn't have any food in the house, and we're struggling. And that's everybody's struggle. It's not just yours. And it's not just because you're a veterinarian. It's not just because you are a XYZ, whatever your job is. That's everybody. There is plenty to go around, and we all live in that era where there's plenty to go around, but we fail to see it because we tend to do things like eat too much processed food and then let it trick us into thinking we're done, we're crashed, we can't move, we can't go forward, we can't do anything else on our own. And we need to realize, regroup, and say, wait a minute, I can do a bunch of stuff. I'm really qualified at doing a bunch of stuff. I sleep like a champion, you know? You gotta come up with that list of things that you know how to do that are valuable, and then move forward and go serve other people and show them how to do it. This liver detox is a great way to boost your moods because it helps put away the files. It helps your liver cash out and come back with more energy and a better ability for you to get through those ups and downs, the decrease and increase in, energy. So use this as your springboard. Don't put it off. We all like to put things off until it's perfect timing. It's like, I'm not going to have kids until it's perfect timing. Who has kids when it's perfect? I don't know too many people that planned it just right. But those who did appear to be blissfully happy. And part of that is pretending that you're happy sometimes makes you happy. So I want everybody to go out today and, 1, pretend you're happy at least twice. Smile when you feel like you shouldn't, or smile more often, even just if you're faking it, because those muscles will actually fire some receptors and give you some more of those attachment hormones. And the other thing I want you to do is liver detox. Get this thing over with. Sign up, get your malic acid, get started. And for those of you who have started, don't give up. Just keep going until you get to day 8 and day 9. And then day 10, you'll feel awesome. And you'll be able to say, man, I made it through that. Now what else can I do? I got cool things to do after that. So I'm going to post this because I can't seem to get on live today, but there's always more than one way to skin a cat. And when we step back and take our time and think about things, we can do that. Thanks for joining me on this liver detox. Get signed up, make a donation to one of our rescues because they are out doing great things too, and help them help others because it's not just a dog. It's a dog and a good feeling and the things that dog will do for somebody else out there who needs a dog. One of the things that we sometimes find linked to are some of the wounded warriors. So these are guys who went out and did awesome stuff, and they lived through lots of bad times, and they just were trained to say, I can do this. And now they're here and trying to recover their lives, and they are using dogs and horses and other animals in ways to do that. And so sometimes we even consider things like the dogs that we work with as wounded warriors, and they are trying to come back and make a better life for themselves. We will talk to you soon. I have to see animals all afternoon, So if you're in the area and want somebody to be checked out, bring them by. But in the meantime, get your liver detox going, because that's going to help you clean out and get things going. Ciao.